5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Hello and welcome to Build Your Own Thunderbird 2, the final video of this trial series. And it is a trial because we did get this letter through with issue 4 saying that they'd like to thank you for building it, but it has been suspended until further notice. If you want a refund, contact the website, and free issue 5 please reply to the insert that accompanied your last issue, which was all that bump that we saw last video. For those of you who don't know what a trial period is, who haven't done a build before and this might be your first one, it tends to be 4 issues that the companies put out of Partworks just to test the water, to see if they're selling, to see if it is worth putting out as a full run. It is a bit bizarre that they have done this with Thunderbird 2 because it is already a full run in Japan and all the issues are coming out slowly over there. But I guess they wanted to test the UK waters, make sure that there is a market for it before they, put money into the publicity, put the TV advert out, send it out to every newsagents across the country. So yeah, that's what a trial is for, and that is what is drawing to the end this time. But there is still plenty to do in this last video, so I'm going to stop waffling and let's get going. So starting off this video, as we always do, with the pod vehicle, and the pod vehicle this time is the iconic Thunderbird 4. All very nicely painted, the detail is fantastic. Just zoom in here so I can show you. Look at that. You've got the entrance door there, all the, the controls, the grills. Thunderbird 4 looking fantastic. Really like that type font. And then apart from the fin there, Thunderbird 4 on that side again. And inside the little cockpit of Thunderbird 4. Very nice grated floor there. Looking very nice. And the front part, clear plastic. So be careful with that glue so you don't hit any of the clear plastic and make it go frosty. And then the fin there with Thunderbird 4 and the back end Thunderbird 4, really nicely done. A little bit of yellow paint hitting that grill, but it really doesn't bother me because it's just gorgeous. All pre-painted stuff, still can't get over that. Loving the fact that all of this model is pre-painted. So to start off with then is we need the cockpit there, and we need little tiny Gordon, which I haven't actually looked at yet. There is Gordon already in his swimsuit outfit. Very nice shiny paint there on his jacket. And it's got a little tab there, which goes with this tab there. You just get a little bit of glue. Just pop just the smallest amount of glue in there, like that. And get Gordon. Push him down. Get in Gordon. There we go. So I'm just going to leave that to set for a little bit. Okay, so now that that is all set, we put the top part of Thunderbird 4 down over him, just like that. No glue necessary for this part, as it just pins in place like that. Look at Gordon through there. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. The next stage then is getting this piece here, and we just attach it to the bottom piece there like that. Again, no glue required because these pegs go into these holes very nicely indeed. Look at that. Brilliant. And then there is a little gap here to go with this part here. Now what I am going to do, and what the instructions say to do, is just attach just a little bit of glue on this bit here, and just around the edges slightly, so that it all fits nicely when you try and slot it in. It goes in like that. There we go. Look at that. Squeeze it down a little bit. There we go. Very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. So, of course, the next thing is the fin. We don't need any glue for this because there is a little hole there, a little tab. Just push the fin in like that. And, of course, if it does come out, you can attach it with glue. It's just that you don't have to. I think that's fairly secure. You then get the back part. And I am going to glue this part, even though you probably don't have to. Just for a bit of security. Just put the back part there. Thunderbird 4. Like that. And now we just need to do the boosters. So I'm just going to attach a bit of glue. Again, not necessary really. But just want to make sure that they are securely on. Well, they really do click into place, these actually, so you don't need glue at all. But yeah, very nice. And then of course we just need his front scoop part here, which is made with very bendy material, so that it just goes round there like that. And there we have Thunderbird 4 all finished. Very, very nice indeed. This part moves up to allow for the missiles, or does it move down for the missiles? I can't remember. But yeah, looking very, very nice. And you can see right inside the cockpit. Oh, the zoom can't handle it. But you can see Gordon there. Thunderbird 4. This is my favourite Thunderbird 4 model to date. It's even got the numbers there on the booster parts. Fantastic. Very, very nice indeed. Loving that. Of Thunderbird 4, we've done a Thunderbird, guys. Thunderbird 4 is complete. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So now that Thunderbird 4 is all done, let's move on to what we do to Thunderbird 2 in these two issues. So here we have all the final Thunderbird 2 parts for this trial. We have issue 3 on the left, issue 4 on the right. A lot of what we're going to be doing is issue 3 stuff. But again, I'll just, look at that paint on those thrusters. Very, very nice indeed. So I think the best way to start to make sense of all these pieces is to go back to the cockpit that we did at the end of the last video and attach the chairs that came with issue 3. Now, it did say in the instruction manual that no glue is required here, and I think you might be right, because these are quite hard to push in. Are they meant to be raised a bit? Maybe they are meant to be raised a bit. Thinking about it. Whoa, click. There we go. That one's a little wonky. But there we have chairs. I think Brains sits at these chairs. I think they all do. Gordon, Alan, maybe. But the back chairs are there, like that. And of course, you can't fly Thunderbird 2 without some form of steering wheel, which we have here. And again, the paint detail, stunning. Absolutely stunning. Looks like a giant horn there. I wonder what a Thunderbird 2 horn would sound like. But a lot deeper, I guess. So yeah, you just slot the wheel in there like that. And then round the back, you'll see when it comes through, if it comes through. Oh, hold on, it hasn't gone through that back hole, that's why. There we go, right. You'll see that there is a little tab there so that you can glue the wheel in place, which I am going to do in a little moment. But that is the wheel all done. It's slightly off center to the chair. Let's twirl that chair around a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that is the cockpit all finished at this stage. Now we move down to the end of the cockpit to this area here, where we're going to look at assembling some weapons. Look at these missiles, fantastic. Very 60s, very Thunderbirds, very Stingray as well. You can imagine them coming out of Stingray. Bang! The sound effects of Thunderbirds were fantastic, weren't they? They're iconic. Everything about that show is iconic. But you get these missiles. You don't just get one. You get two, and these are the missiles that will pop up from the top of Thunderbird 2. Now, you'll have to let me know in the comments which episode does this happen? Which episode do they have missiles pop up and shoot from the top of Thunderbird 2? Please let me know, because in my very brief, admittedly, research, I couldn't find what that episode was. You get this really nice coppery, bronzy, painted plastic part here, which is fantastic, and the missiles just sit on top like that. Now, you can glue them in if you want to, or you can leave them out, and for the more play, if you want to fire one missile, it doesn't really go very far, but you can, you know, take it out so you have one missing, what have you. This is more of a play part work than the others. I don't think there's any metal parts to Thunderbird 2, so I think it is all plastic, which means it might be safer, but it is huge and it is going to be heavy, so probably not. I'm not going to be playing with it too much, apart from it making it go up and down, 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 up and down. I might be doing that quite a bit, but I think I will glue these missiles in place. So when you have the missiles in place like that, you will then need to get this piece here, which is painted exactly the same, and it's got a little tab and 2-hole connector there. Swing it around, and it's got the 2 holes and the little tab connector there. You want it with the thinner tubing this way, and you just push it in there like that, and I will attach some glue to secure that. Be right back. And when that is all secure, you'll be able to attach it to Thunderbird 2 after we've done a little bit more to the cockpit. So we need this piece here, which is the back wall of the cockpit. Face it around, turn it around, sorry, so it's facing this way. And then we need this see-through part here with these 2 little tabs that just fit into these holes there, like that. Their feet fit very loosely, so just be careful of that. They don't push in at all. See? Nothing at all like that. And we then get this, which is the first of our lighting parts of Thunderbird 2. And it's got 2 LEDs there, which plug into these 2 holes there like that. And it will just pop in there like that. Very snug indeed. Now, the trial doesn't come with a battery pack, sadly. And this connector doesn't attach to the battery packs that we have had with R2-D2. It might attach with the Falcon one, but I'm not taking that apart just to show you. But rest assured, you know, it's going to turn on, it's going to light up the cockpit. That is what this piece is designed for. So bringing back the cockpit then, we will be using this area here and attaching this piece here, which has got these 3 holes. You just push that in there like that. Quite a snug fit. And then we bring in this part here, and it's got 2 little holes there for these 2 tabs, and we just slide it in there like that. Are you going in? There we go. Okay, so there we go, and then this part will fit in. Oh crikey, oh blimey. So this part needs to be fed through and attached to this hole there like that, and pushed through. There we go. Okay, so this is the see-through part attaches to the hole in the green part there, and then it pushes through to the bulkhead where the lights will come through there, and that completes really the look. Oh, that chair's still a little bit loose, of the Thunderbird 2 cockpit, which is very nice. And then we have this wire coming out there. It's meant to come out the top, or do you reckon it'll come through that hole there? It'll probably come through that hole there. But for the time being, I'm going to leave it like that. And that is what the cockpit looks like at this stage. Moving on to the back part, we get our missiles that are now nice and secure, and we just push it through there like that. Swing it around and you see that it comes through there. And then what you have to do is bring in this piece here, which is the same color as the missile launcher, and you just push it in there like that to make sure it's nice and secure. With this little tight. The instructions do say that this could be a little tight. So I'm actually going to do this off camera. Be right back. And when it's pushed through, it will look like this. I lost the missiles, so I'll glue them in at a later date. So yeah, it will look like this. Sorry. And this is the part that makes it pop up and down like that. There we go. Looking very nice indeed. So put the cockpit to one side for now, and we'll just bring back the main top nose cone of Thunderbird 2. And we need to get this part here, which doesn't have a 2 on. Don't get it mistaken with this part, which does have a 2. Well, that comes into play later. It's this part we need, and it has a little tab there that if you push it this way, it fits nice and snug, and then it will push open to reveal those missiles coming through. So that is what that little hatch trapdoor way is for. So the next thing you do is you just get the cockpit, swing it around like this, and line everything up with the screw holes. There we go. So it'll be in there like that. And then we screw the cockpit to the nose cone. And when it's all finished, it will look like this. Very nice indeed. And of course, we've got this part here that reveals the missiles. Look at that. Very nice indeed. Just cover that back up. A little tab. That's a little loose. It might be because I need to tighten these screws. Oh, I've actually screwed the cable round. I wonder if I can pull that through. I probably can't, so I'm going to have to do a re-screw job at some point. But yeah, that is a little loose, which is a little frustrating. Oh, actually, maybe when the missiles are actually on it, it will prop it up a bit more. Maybe that's the case. So yeah, but that is the top of the nose cone. Oh, there we go. We can really see the cockpit now of Thunderbird 2. How do you get this thing open? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. It fits super well. Look at that. Look at that attachment. There's no line there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Very, very happy with that. And the good thing is we are not yet done of this with this nose cone of Thunderbird 2. There is still more to be done. So moving this part aside and these missiles, we'll get the bottom of Thunderbird 2 here. And we get this little attachment there as well. Exactly the same as the top. Put it in there. So it looks like that. There's that Thunderbird 2 looking great. I'll just flip that around. It's coming through. Oops. Oh, done it again. There we go. So that is on there like that. The next thing you'll need to do is get this part here, which they are calling the storage hold. Which way around does that circle go? Okay, so it goes this way around with this tab facing the bottom. So make sure it all lines up with the screw holes. There we go, like that. And you screw that part down. And there it is, all screwed down, looking very, very nice. And I guess that when that opens up, it can be a storage hold. I'm guessing, I know that Thunderbird 2 has a big claw that came out there, especially on the edge of the road and stuff like that. I wonder if we'll be getting that in this model. Again, it's a little loose. Actually, it's upright. It's probably not. Push it up. Yeah, no, actually, it's not too bad. But yeah, so that is that storage part all attached there like that. The next two parts for this bottom part of the nose cone are these two pieces here. These are separate pieces because they've got a very nice translucent effect to them. Can you see my... You probably can't see because of the reflection, but they are slightly translucent. Yeah, you can kind of see it that way more, which is a really, really nice touch, and they are made of blue see-through material. One goes either side, so we've got this one here on the left, just sits in there like that, and then this one sits in there like that, and a very good fit they are too. If we just hold it up there, oh, there we go, you'll see there again, slightly different green, which is a bit of a pain, but yeah, they're looking very nice indeed. The next thing we do is we get this spring, and we just push this spring into that hole there, and then we get the top part of Thunderbird 2's nose cone, and I'll try and show this on camera and make sure we get this part there into the spring and just push it all together. Maybe I'll let the missiles be free, and zooming out slightly, oh, quite a bit actually, because it is so huge. That is the nose cone of Thunderbird 2 all done. Now it's not secure, so there is more of a gap around the seam than I think will be when it's all finished. Oh, it's quite weighty actually. Look at that. And then of course we've got the missiles there, which are now spring loaded. So when we bring this over, oh, okay, when we bring this over, it's spring-loaded, so it won't wobble as much. Fantastic. Look at that. And then, of course, you just pop it. Doing. Doing. Ah, look at that. Just going to zoom in for that. Doing. Actually, do you know what will be more effective if there are actually missiles on there? So let me just attach the missiles. Okay, missiles attached. Put this back in. Okay, it's really... Whoa! It is really quite solid now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no, it's all falling apart. The missiles have ruined Thunderbird 2. Just like in the Moving Empire State building episode. Right, there we go. And... Hey! I think we do need to glue down the missiles. Otherwise they fly out like that. Where did they go? I have no idea where they went. Okay, so I'm going to find the missiles, and when I've found the missiles and glued them on, I'm going to do some side comparisons to this nose cone of Thunderbird 2. So if you're anything like me growing up, you've always wondered how big the actual Thunderbird machines are compared to us. Well, luckily with this build, we can actually get an idea of that, because in issue 4, we get the 5 Tracy brothers in the same scale as the Thunderbird machines. And I just want to say, even though they're really tiny figures, they are painted fantastically. Each of them has got their individual coloured sash painted nicely, and you can see flesh there for the face, and it is a nice little touch so that we can get a sense of the size of these machines. So if I just roll in the Master Elevator car as our first comparison, you'll get a sense of the size of them. You know, they do fit very well into that scale, obviously because it's the same scale, but you can imagine one of the Tracy brothers, probably Virgil, driving this machine. We also have Scott Tracy here next to Thunderbird 1. Now I didn't really realise how big Thunderbird 1 is. That is just the part of the tail fin of Thunderbird 1 there. It's huge. In real life it would be huge. I guess all that space is taken up with its gigantic engine to create the thrust to make it move so fast. But yeah, that's something that blew my mind, how big Thunderbird 1 actually is. And on the flip side of that, Thunderbird 4 is actually quite tiny. It's just like a car, as you can see here with it next to Gordon. And it's a bit weird displaying this Gordon in the full Tracy, in the full International Rescue costume compared to the deep sea Gordon that is in the cockpit. But yeah, you get 2 Gordons for the price of 1, which is fantastic. And finally, we have the Tracy brothers here, just chilling out next to the colossal Thunderbird 2. Look at that. Okay, also I can only find 1 missile. The other one's gone missing, which is a shame, but there we go. Okay, so next other size comparisons. I'm going to compare it to another Thunderbird 2. This is a 1990s Thunderbird 2, one I had as a kid with the nice red legs. Oh, it doesn't really work anymore, but you can see it's going to be a damn sight bigger than this Thunderbird 2. And if we just get the Thunderbird 4 out from that toy there, you'll see the sizes with that Thunderbird 2. Next, we've got the naughtiest Thunderbird 2 that has sound effects. This one will have sound effects. I don't think I've mentioned that actually. This one will have sound effects. The thrusters will have sound effects. And then if we just get the Thunderbird 4 out. Oh, it's the mole. Okay. All right, we'll get the mole out. Where's the Thunderbird 2? Anyway. Yeah, okay, right, fine. We'll compare it to the mole. So you see, you know, size comparison to the mole. We also have the Thunderbird 4 from this model with the original Thunderbird 4, not that one because I can't find it. So yeah, as size comparison, and also we have the elevator car, which we did last video. So you see, you know, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be huge. So if I just clear those parts away and show it off with the engine of the DeLorean, so that is that size comparison there, and also we have R2-D2's dome. Let's just swap these around. So you'll see the nose cone is almost as wide as R2-D2's dome. So yeah, that is that as a size comparison. I'm starting to think that Thunderbird 2 might be bigger than the DeLorean. I don't know. I need to check the measurements, but we'll see. And bringing in the DeAgostini Thunderbird 1, I mean, we've seen this size comparison before, but just to give you an idea, that the nose cone of Thunderbird 2 is almost as big as Thunderbird 1, which is amazing. You probably can't get that actually because it is slightly... There you go. This thing's going to be huge. And I love that. I absolutely love that. I love the fact that this thing is going to be big. I cannot wait for it to get started properly. Hurry up with this one, DeAgostini. Don't wait a year. Please don't wait a year. I'm so hyped for this model. It's the most hyped I've been about any of the part works. And just for good measure, actually, let's bring in Thunderbird 4. So we have 2 and a bit Thunderbirds of our 1 to 144th scale Thunderbird collection. Oh, so exciting. After Thunderbird 2, make a 144 Thunderbird 3. That's going to be huge and brilliant. That's going to be amazing. And also make a Thunderbird 5 in the same scale. Just massive. Just make them all. I don't care. I will buy them. I will buy them. I cannot wait for this build to get started properly. I hope you will join me for whenever that is, and I really hope you've enjoyed these last 2 videos exploring what Thunderbird 2 is going to be all about. So until next time, guys, whenever that may be, take care. Bye-bye. Alright, time to re-glue this.